Hey guys, today's video is going to be on advanced blocking. So we're going to block body spam, we're going to block head punches, we're going to counter off the perfect block, we're going to block the Rhino Style Easy KO, which we'll go over that a little bit. We've got some examples here and then some sparring and a build. So you can see here if we block, hit, and I'm going to show you we're going to hit one time. So we're going to dip down and into that body punch, and we want to try to block right as it comes in, and we can fire back immediately. And this is, like I said, for body punching, body or inside fighters, brawlers, and work on a different video for another person too. So, but today we're doing this advanced blocking. So you see, I'm gonna dip down into the body punch and try to go back in the way of the head punch. And it's real hard at first because they're so fast. But as the fight carries on, it gets easier and easier, and you'll see that we can stay right on people. And looking at my health, it's not going down. This guy is actually doing much more damage stamina wise than he is to me at all. Like, he's really not doing anything. And I'm going to have another clip of that in a second here. But so that's what this video is about. So we want to get down and into these body punches, open and close our block right as the punch comes in, and especially looking out for any kind of patterns. Like this one's called the Rhino Style Easy KO. It's power uppercut to the body, power straight to the head, power uppercut to the body, power straight to the head. It works very well. Every quote unquote high level or elite player basically uses it. And I'm going to link to the video and show you how to do it so you know how to get away from it. But we're going to look at that right now. We need to get down. Once we see someone trying it once, we need to get down and block that first uppercut. So we're going to dip into it and then back and away the head punch. Right? So we're going to get, I was on the wrong side that time, but we will stop that combo if we get that first block to the body in. And so you can be right on top of people and just punish them. If you got the good block going, you got the right build, which we're going to do, you can just be real close. Like, see, you can work some perfect block here. And these big giants, people with long arms, they cannot hang with you at all. It's impossible, basically. So we're gonna hit right off that block. You see how fast that is? And all of you can do this, because especially it's very helpful because so many people are giants out there these days. Okay, so we're looking at an example of a real fight versus a very, very experienced player. And you'll see that I'm going to be able to get really aggressive with him. And, he's not going to be able to really hurt me, unless he lands a straight. But this is feints. Like, this is a little other thing that I wanted to throw in because I never really see anybody feinting. I've only seen one guy, one or two people. The feints they work very, very, very well online. Everybody should be doing it, especially people looking to catch you at backstep straights. The feints they're so good. Everybody should be doing them because it's not what you do to them, it's what they do to themselves by missing all the punches. Okay, so you can see I'm getting kind of aggressive with this guy here. It's still kind of early in the fight. And so we're going to watch out for his straight. That's the main one. But I can be very close. Another thing too, I have a video called push straights. If someone pushes you, flick the left stick back at them immediately and punch back on the same side they're throwing from, which is almost always their straight. So we're going to flick that stick back. We'll give them a push of our own. We can stay close if we use this blocking technique. We want to block right as the punch comes in, like I said. Stay on them and fire back immediately. And if we use the build that we got coming up here, you're going to be able to do this. You're going to be able to stay right on people. But again, we're going to keep an eye on our health. So it's no need to run away. And we're going to see that guy's, so we're going to roll with these punches. You see, like, here's a little bit better. So you get down and into the body, back and away from the head punch. See, so, and it's very fast at first, but this is Rhino Style Easy KO. I'm going to link to it. This is like a cheap, easy way. You learn one combo, power uppercut to the body, power straight to the head, and people just do it over and over and over, and they're going to knock you out very fast. So blocking this body, we're going to look at that right here. See how I get down into the body and then backing away from the head punch. So it's down and in. You're going to dip into it. The head punch comes. You're going to lean back and away. And then when you get, more experience with it, you can counter off that too. So this guy was trying to power uppercut straight, power uppercut straight, power uppercut straight. Here we got another guy. And once you see this one time, you need to address it. You need to be waiting for it and just work on countering it instead of like trying to run around and jab them and all that. If you're inside fighter or brawler, so you can see, he's going for it, but and it's gonna gas him out because he just basically missed two power punches right up close. And in this game, the straight doesn't need any extension, so it does work for him. It works very, very good if you do it. Like, I don't do that bullshit, but a lot of people will, man. So this is how you block it. Dip down into the first one, let go of your block. See, and we're gonna move our head away from the straight. And this guy here was like 305 or something. This dude's record was just nuts. And they all have like a pattern combo. So you need to really watch for those. Usually it's an uppercut to the head, jab to the body, power straight to the head. Uppercut the head, jab the body, straight to the head. Because it goes so fast and no extension is needed for the straight to the head or even the jab of the body. So the jab is going to get your hands down and the straight's going to hit your head. And early in the fight, the straights are just absolutely deadly. So we need to address those. And we're also going to go in the drills, a little bit of counter punching, not a whole lot, but some. Okay, so it's imperative when we're playing, especially people with crazy records or they have some kind of pattern, that we take the fight slow. We want these to be 7, 8, 9, 10 round fights, It's very, very important. We want to work this block. You can see here, I'm just firing back with one punch at a time for now. Because it's still so early. You see he's basically just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, going high, low, high, low, high, low. And what that does makes, if he gets it in, it's going to make it so he lands that straight up, right up close to you. And it doesn't matter. It's still going to be like twice as powerful as a hook or uppercut. The straight's just broken. I'm going to have another video on that. But anyway, everything is take it slow. Because these patterns, they do work. This is me. Like, I just learned how to do some, so I learned how they work. I never do this shit to people, but you do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. Right? So this is actual fight versus very experienced player, just part of it. But you can see, since we have the brawler build or inside fighter build, we don't need to go running around. And look at my health, he's doing nothing. This is the downside of using like 87-inch reach or 86 even. Like, you cannot fight in the inside very good at all. And so we can just be aggressive and use our brawler style or inside fighter style. We want to block right as the punches come in. But like I said, it's going to be very tough at first. And we do have some pull counter stuff that we can look at. But you see, look, he's doing nothing. So he should be moving, he should be moving and jabbing. Oh, and the backstep straights, you need to make sure you do not get hit with these at all. And especially from round 1 through 2 or 3. And like, this is what the backstep straight, this is about how powerful it is. Like, it will just kill you early in the fight. You need to make sure you do not get hit with it. Yeah, that's a backstep straight in the beginning of the fight, or even straights in general. So it's imperative that you counter those. The left low punches go under it. Watch, see, here he comes. He just threw 10 in a row. Left hooks to the body or left straights to the body would just, I saw him starting to just rapidly throw it. I was like, no, no, no. And this is another thing that almost every player is going to do to you, man, especially when they get pushed up on the ropes. It's straight, 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 because it doesn't matter if they throw 50 of them. It doesn't matter if they're chest to chest. It's still going to do way more damage. But the body shots underneath it is going to counter it. And you're going to see what happens here. Now, the missed backstep straight, we know it's coming. And you're going to see what happens to him. Like, just in round 2, from landing all these monster level 20 hooks to the body. And he's got too long arms for this. And this is, we're going to look in a second here. You're going to see what happens. Look at my health. The only time I ever get hurt is when I get hit with a straight. And I got a little upset with him. Even though I like this dude, I got upset with him for throwing 10 straights in a row. But now we're going to look what happens. Like, look at my health. He can do nothing at all. I even see him step back and he's like, what the hell? But this is using the power style, the cross block, and the inside fighter or brawler with the high weight and the short height and reach. There's nothing that can be done about it. Okay, so we're going to look at this one more time. You cannot allow those backstep straights to land, especially early in the fight. Like, do everything possible. We do that by staying flat-footed. I got a bunch of videos about that. But also, when we're up close, we can do some pull counters, you know. It can be a lot of fun. You can just maul people. You know what I mean? So that's what this blocking will do for you. Want to block, and you see I'm kind of resetting my block. I'm anticipating when he's going to punch because I want to have it like it's like a reset. You're going to open the block and close it just real quick. And now we're going to look at some sparring here. We're going to do some perfect blocking here. So we're just going to go in greatest of all time. We want the slider going so the opponent has like the best offensive defensive awareness and then a lot of punches. So, and I'll go over this build a little bit here. That I got. So these are two level 90 fighters, or actually the guy on the right's like a 94 or something. I gave him everything, but we want his stamina and his endurance to be replicated to an actual online fighter. So for an inside fighter, that would be I think 94, 95. But other than that, I just gave him everything. So you see, we're going down into the body punch. Open the block up. You see, just right there, opened real quick. There it is again, just open right back up. We lean back and away from the head punch, and you should play offline and do the same thing. So we're just going to counter with like one shot at a time to the body after we block a few. We want to punch right after we block, just like immediately. It's going to tap our glove, bang, we hit him back. And at first, these first couple rounds, it's gonna be very fast. So it's much easier in the upcoming rounds. You want to let him burn his stamina off until he's down like the 80s, you know, if you can. So that's like 2 to 3 rounds. But at first, so we want to do a lot of blocking at first because we have a maxed out chin, block, heart, and our combos. So we want to use that. You know, instead of running away and jumping backwards in the air with like throwing straights and shit, we want to use our attributes, you know, because this will help gas him out too. Because everybody uses long arms, man. Like a realistic reach is something like 73 for 74. I mean, Ali, I think, had like 80, 79. Deontay Wilder's like 84. He got long reach, but he's tall. But everybody on here has like 86, 88, and they're no good in the inside unless they're throwing straights. So if you smother them like this, you stay close, and we want them punching. We want them to punch. So we're going to block it, and then once in a while, in the beginning, we're going to slowly ramp up with the number of punches we throw, and we'll see that as we go through it. We're going to block, and we're only going to, so we're going to throw one at a time for now. And so we're going to block 2 or 3 or 4, and then we'll throw one off the next block. So at first, we're just going to be nice and easy, just block and block and block. And we want to use our attributes because, you know, it's not a good idea to go running around like just throwing a bunch of crap out when you have all those stats. You know, you want to use them. It will block these punches like we just saw with the last guy. Like literally, you can make someone gas out by hitting you. So we'll go over the build at the end of this and look at that so you can see how to do it. See, so we're going to stand right there. We just want to stand stationary because we want our feet stationary when we block too. That's super important. Don't try to get away from them when it's too late. Like if you're going to get hit, you're going to get hit. And now you see, so we flick the stick usually to our right, to his jab hand side, and throw the punch. And we'll do that here in a minute too. So we got him stunned here a little bit. We're going to hit him a little bit. And then we're going to just go back to this blocking. So we want to practice. We don't want to beat up the CPU. You know, that's not the idea. And ideally, if you can get someone to throw at you, you know, a bunch of straights at you, and you just practice block, block, block. You know, that's much better. But you see, we're going to block as they come in, keep resetting our block, and backing away from the head punch like that. It's flat-footed. We're just going to sit there and block. Throw a mix of punches, not the same one over and over, because we have muscle group fatigue in there too. Remember, so if you keep throwing the same thing over and over, it gets ineffective and slow. Okay, and our stamina, because we're standing there just twisting and twisting around, we're going to get back a little bit less than normal. Normally we'd be getting 97, 95, maybe even 99. But just for practice mode, it's all right. But you want to be, you should honestly be like in 90 minimum, doing this. So you can see, like, we just blocked it straight, or block these other punches because we want to block right as it comes in. Dip down in, back and away. And we want to try to punch if we can. It's hard to do it at first, but we want to try to punch on the same side that he was punching us from. So if he's throwing his right, we're going to throw our left. If he throws his left, we throw our right. You can also mix in some bob and weaves. Also, I got another video. And normally I don't like making videos, but the bob and weave video is going to be one that I'm pretty excited about. I got a real good bob and weave video have out shortly. Also, I got the boxer puncher one that I took the footage for, and I have also counter punching and scoring. See, like I said, it's still second round, so he's going to be a little bit tougher to hit, but we'll go after him a little bit, and then we still want to focus on getting that, our punches off after we block, like that. So sometimes stand in the middle of the ring, sometimes go after him a little bit, and then try to, right there, you see how we just blocked? And then fire off after the block. A few bob and weaves here and there. Especially if it's short guy, it's super, super effective. The bob and weave, when you have a short guy, is so effective. Like, everybody that's, like 5'11" or below should definitely be using bob and weaves in the heavyweights. And again, just a mix of punch. Yeah, 88, that's pretty low, but that's from twisting around quite a bit. Like in a real fight, it's not gonna, you're gonna be more stationary, but even so, I see people like getting down in the fucking 70s, at this early. So, okay, this round, so yeah, what I did, I think, yeah, okay, that's what I did. So I'm gonna slow it down here a little bit because the stamina. So when you get low on stamina, see, I'm gonna just kind of jab his body a little bit. When you get low in stamina, you want to like have like a rest round. So because we want to be minimum 60% going around 10 at a bare minimum. So I already was low going in here. So I kind of took a rest round here. So we're going to be not doing a whole lot, but just kind of jabbing his body a little bit. And when we switched stance, we had a level 20 straight to the body as a southpaw. So when we go to orthodox, now we have that level, the high level jab to the body. And it's good too to get a feeling on how hard he's hitting when you can see his stamina. If you like, so you have a feeling, you'll be able to apply that online, because obviously, of course, online you're not going to be able to see where their stamina is, but you can get an idea by how fast they are and how hard they're hitting you. So sometimes, get his stamina down a little bit and work on feeling his power, so you get an idea where the opponent is online. Usually, once you get experience, you can get very accurate with where they are in stamina. And see, that body jab goes under the straight too. So it's actually a very, very good punch. The body jab and straight to the body, like versus orthodox fighter, is very, very, very good. You can actually win a fight just moving around jabbing the body. It's very good against spammers too. I have a video called Switching Stances to avoid spam, like that. It's in there. You can check it out. Caught us there. So now we're just kind of throwing some more regular punches here. So still just taking it easy. I want to try and grab some stamina back. And you can do that by just moving around and kind of popping the jab to his body, you know. Okay, there's a step outside. I don't know if I replayed it, but that's in. I have that in other videos too. But yeah, you can step to the right when he starts slowing down. If you step to his jab hand side and throw a punch, usually you'll get a counter punch. So now we got back our 12%. That's good. That was the idea. Even though I did throw a few bob and weave punches, but so you can see we picked up a little bit of stamina by just moving around jabbing. So that's a good thing to do. Make sure you keep your stamina levels up. Uh, so you're going to be at 60% at the end of the fight. We did lose that round because of that though. That's a you gotta watch those big punches. Okay, this is a very good combo versus orthodox from southpaw. The jab to the head, straight to the body, or a jab to the body, straight to the body. Both of those, you can see, it's going to counter his straight, and it's really going to catch him good. So yeah, the key is just blocking as it comes in, you know, and dipping down to the body ones and body shots, and then backing away from the head, and just keep resetting your block, you know, and just keep practicing this until you get good at it. You know, you'll offline, of course. You don't want to lose a lot of fights trying it, but you block right as it comes in. You'll start feeling it. You know, to make it. Sometimes it makes a certain sound too. It's like you're like catching it. You know. And there we go. That's a really good combo too. I have that in other videos. The jab to the head, straight to the body from southpaw. And again, you can use all punches. You know, they don't allow even with one green bar. He clinched. If you saw his stamina just drop there. Yeah, and that's good. If you can get a guy to miss punches like that, this will win you fights, man. Just moving around, letting a guy whiff. And, you know, like if a guy's new, don't do it to him because it's kind of not cool. You know what I mean? But like missing the punches is just, it's like taking body shots. They'll just gas out. And that's a good strategy for spammers too. Is just let them miss, and feint, feint, feint. Let them miss. See, so we catch the punch and then we hit immediately. So you're just gonna block, hit, block, reset, hit, block, reset, hit. Missed that one, but that's why we'll stay flat-footed, so we're not walking into anything. And really, you should be flat-footed when you punch or you block. You know, obviously you want to try to smother his punches, so you don't want to be right at the end of a straight, especially because really when you have a dude with long arms, all you got to worry about is his straight. The side step uppercuts are annoying, but the straight after the patch, it has like better, more accuracy, way more one punch KOs, like twice as the power of a hook or uppercut. Endlessly can throw it. It's the accuracy is insane. Like I've already covered all that stuff, and actually I was gonna put some of that at the end of this video, but I know my videos get too long, so I'm not. But anyway, we have our accuracy, so we're floating around the high 60s. That's really good. It probably won't be that good online because it's a lot tougher, you know, because this offline sparring stuff is very easy. But you should still probably be able to get into the 60s, no problem. And once he's weakened, so that last round we made him miss a lot of punches and we slipped in some body punches here and there. And his stamina's going to get lower and lower. Once you have a 20 to 30% stamina advantage, you're going to start getting knockdowns. So now, you know, we know he's weakened. We can kind of go after him a little bit. And just, there we go. Just kind of keeping him alive here. I used to do this to spammers, man. I don't do it anymore, but I used to just let him recover and then stun him again, let him recover and stun him again, let him recover. So once we do a lot of blocking, we get those body punches in, we're going to have a big stamina advantage, and it makes it much easier for us to hurt him. It makes it hard for him to hurt us. So this, like always, we always talk about it. Stamina advantage is king. That's the main factor out of everything. Like people ask me, what about my build? Can I use counter puncher, inside fighter, like, boxer puncher. Yeah, you can. The main factor to all this is getting the stamina advantage and not falling victim to the bullshit, the spam and all the straight spam and all that. But yeah, now we can just brutalize them because we have the stamina advantage. We can do that. Okay, for any inside fighter or brawler that applies pressure, this is super important. You're going to notice that I'm going to switch my stance as he's running away so I can keep him on the ropes. Now you see I'm orthodox, but he's moving to my left. I need to move to my left faster. So right now I'm going to punch to the left, but see I switch my stance. My back foot's left so I can move faster to the left. And as he moves, I'm going to flick the stick so I can, right there like that, so I can stay with him. And especially straights to body are really good there, or even straights to head, any punch really. But we're punching on the side that he's trying to run away to. Now he's going to be drifting back to my right. He's going to go to his left, which is our right. So when he starts doing that from here, you see that angle he's got? We're going to switch our stance again. And now we can get over and really, get him good. And so, we can keep people against the ropes much longer like that. And it's a lot easier later in the fight. That's why we don't want to pressure people too hard early because their legs are too fresh. Once they start slowing down, they get in the 60, 70, 75, 80% stamina range. It's a lot easier to keep them where you want them. And we're just going to power punch them. So that part is super important. Like, I don't know what the aversion is to switching stances here and there. It's such a massive help, especially against people running away from you or people spamming one particular punch. Like all my videos always say, the orthodox spammer, we're going to punch the body under his right hand, southpaw under his left hand, and we want our power side on it. So we saw that in the first clip where the guy threw 10 straights in a row. And now here I'm just dicking around with this guy. This is like something I used to do a long time ago. I don't do it anymore, but somebody was spamming me. I would, at the very end, after I was playing them normally, I'd just go spam them out. And then I would hold them up and not let them finish, so people would quit on me a lot. But I don't really do that anymore. But again, bob and weave, that would be a really good video. We had a little bob and weave there. Got a whole video on that. It helps tremendously when you have the short height. So anyone that's like 5'11" or lower should definitely be incorporating bob and weaves, man. It's super powerful. I get knockdown after knockdown after knockdown with it. And so here we're just kind of dicking around in also. So he's going to be going back for for his points, but see, you can see here he's pretty tired. So it's easy to hurt him now. He can't hurt us. See, so he's going to his right, so I'm going to switch over back to southpaw. And again, Philly shell is vulnerable to power uppercuts to the body. I have a video on that. It's called Break the Philly Shell. But anyway, see, the bob and weave is good for finishing. I use it a lot. Everybody else should as well, especially if they're trying to throw like side-step uppercuts or spam straights at you. Like, you'll just usually bob right underneath it. I never have. I would say I only get hit once out of every 8 times, maybe 9 times I throw, I use a bob and weave. So it's very rare that I get hit. And I only have 5 green bars on head movement. I don't really put any points on my head movement. I just leave it the default, the first 5 bars, because I just use the bob and weave instead of leaning back. I'm not saying everybody should do it that way. Some people are very good at head movement, but I'm not. So I just use bob and weaves when they start getting tired. You can bob and weave body shot, bob and weave uppercut, bob and weave straight, bob and weave jab, all that. So yeah, like the caption says, we want long fights, man. The way I went from losing all the time to start winning years and years ago was I slowed all the pace down. I just went very slow. And because most people, not most, a lot of people will beat themselves by spamming away with power straights. Like, the answer to everything is a power straight, where you pressure them, side-step uppercut, side-step uppercut, side-step. Like, most people will beat themselves. And I'm going to have some, I'm going to post a few videos and link in the description where you can actually see that. I'm going to show you one where a guy sidestep uppercuts himself into a loss. And he's got the title like elite on him, you know, it's ridiculous bullshit. So that would be cool. Look at that. And so anyway, we want long fights because, you know, you'll get these guys to beat themselves and you use your toughness and everything, you know, and just use strategy. Like, I don't understand the whole point of power straight, power. Everybody's stepping to the left straight, step to the right straight, dashing in straight, jumping back straight, like a reverse Superman punch straight. Ridiculous nonsense, you know, but it does work. That's what people do it. And what we're looking at there too is like, if you haven't used a punch in a long, long time, it's going to be very, very powerful. I think that straight there was like a level 1 or 0. So you also use all your punches. Don't just rely on one punch, and you want high accuracy too. Like this, the most common thing I see is people they get out there and they're in a rush, boom, like just going crazy. That's not what you want to do, man. That's not what you want to do. Okay, so now we're going to do some build, and we're going to build like or show the stats to a sparring partner so you can recreate this at home and do some sparring like this and gradually up the difficulty as you go along and get better and better. Or if you're more experienced, you know, you want to just try something different, well, look at this build here. So this is the body puncher, and we'll go over the build here real quick. So we want a heavy build. So Fat Man is probably the best as durability wise. Big Bone or Tyson, right? So we want short. We want them short, so that allows us to have shorter reach so we can punch faster inside, bob and weaves. You actually get a lot of extension off your jabs. You're not smothered. So heavy weight, so like 250 or above, but probably like 255. And the short reach, the reason why we have short reach, like 70 or less, is so we can do this. I would recommend for a new person like 69. But if you can do 67, you'd be cool. The main thing though is like, you know, if you take your time, you shouldn't, and practice, you should not have a problem getting close to people. Especially, I have a video called Chasing Runners. Yeah, check that out. It shows you how to dash into people, all that. So Big Bone, want a heavy build, want heavy weight, and short reach, and short height. That's very, very important. Okay, then when we go to stats, basically you can mess around with those, but the straight to the head, and we want southpaw, brawler, inside fighter only, power style, cross block, and shove, or, you know, any punch style that has power, like Power, Chavez, Tyson. We want fights back. That's super important. And I'm not sure exactly how good all those things work, but it does seem like I get back more stamina when I do set the sliders how I fight. Okay, we'll look at some stats here. So durability is everything, man. So we want inside fighter, brawler, because our chin is going to be 98 for a brawler, 97 for inside fighter. Inside fighter strength is 99, the most, and brawler's 97. That's all maxed out. So, and a gold toughness boost is super important. So our important stats here, the most important is chin. The next would be blocking, and then third would be heart, because you're going to be close. You got to be able to handle those body shots, and you'll just gas out if you don't have it. Combination is super important. So I would do those first, then my punches. And now, so the jab is just a little bit, because when we switch stance, it's not going to matter. We're going to have that as a straight, and that's enough. That first star is enough for a straight. But the hooks are important at the end of the fight, especially for bobbing and weaving. But the straight to the body when we switch stance, that's going to be a jab to the body, and the straight to the body is like the perfect counterpunch against spammers. Like it's like in all my videos. Our hooks, those are super important. So right when we catch the punch, we hook the body, and the uppercuts break the Philly shell. So here's the stats. So that basically how I had that is it works very good. Like it worked real good for me when I was starting to learn. So we got the regular. That's just a level 90 brawler build. Okay, one more time, I'm going to re-go over like some very important things that most of you, a lot of your fights are going to face this. So we're going to do a quick spar here real fast. And remember, from southpaw, the straight to the body or the left hook to the body is going to counter straights, because most people are going to throw hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of straights and maybe 70 jabs and like 30 uppercuts. So when you have people waiting on you, you have to push them. You either bob and weave and then smash them with some straight punch, or push them, okay? So because you're going to have stuff like this. The guy on the left, right? So and now you're just wasting your punches. You're not hitting him hard or anything. You would push him at that point because he's just making you miss punches and popping you with straights. So you would push him and give him a straight to the body or a hook to the body. See, he's just waiting on you. These straights after the patch are way more powerful than any other punch until they throw like 300 or 350 of them. So you need to keep him off balance by pushing him if you have to. Otherwise, you're just going to get outscored, and the damage the straight's going to do to you is just crazy insane. And they can get away with this for like 4 to 5 rounds, so they can do this until their stamina is probably down to 70, maybe even in the 60s somewhere. So it's mandatory that you hit their body to help them tire out. Whatever you do, don't be like the AI on the right where he's just winging away. You have to have a strategy for this. The strategy is low punches to the body under his straight, and you'll counter every one of those if you do it. Like it works like that. It's not like, oh, the timing and distance, all that. As long as you're not too short, or you're not too fast with it, or not too late with it, it's going to go through every single time. Your hook or straight to the body. Because these straights, they can throw it and throw it and throw it and throw it if you don't do something. And there are side-step uppercuts and all that, but imagine throwing how much that would gas you out, like 10 rapid side-step uppercuts. And I know there's up jabs. Up jab, you'll just still get run over with that. And there's check hooks and stuff, but the easiest one that's worked the best for me forever has been low punches to the body. But almost everyone you fight is going to be throwing way more straights than anything else because of that patch. And so you need to like watch out for that, so don't be like the AI on the right, just winging away, throwing this and that. You want to focus on countering the straights early. That's super, super important. Okay, and one thing you can do too is starting to fight out. Like if he's like pretty wild, and you can also just move around, throw a body jab too. And that will keep your stamina up in near 100%, So if he's flying backwards and being all crazy, just go around, feint him a couple times. One body jab, feint him, body jab, feint him, body jab. And that will help him burn up and lose his stamina. So that's about it for this one. Happy New Year's, guys, and everybody take care. And I'll have the boxer puncher video coming, the counter punching, the scoring. I'm going to try to get work on those, and I'm almost done with this thing I'm working on, so I'll be able to get to play with people. And so everybody take care. Thanks a lot for watching.